I'm sure you've heard in the wild that elephants and dolphins mourn the loss of a loved one. But chickens have feelings too, and chickens mourn when a loved one dies. Something that you probably didn't know. Chickens have feelings. We're going to develop a probability model from unequally likely events. We're going to use experimental probability. Now, if you flipped a coin, you know that it's an equally likely to be heads as it is to be tails. But if you flip or drop a tack, it's unequally likely what will happen. So an experiment was done and a tack was dropped 100 times. The results were that the tack faced up, or the point was up, 59 out of 100 times, or 59% of the time. The probability that the tack was face down, or the point was face down, was 41% of the time. You can use data, experimental data, to extrapolate or to approximate what would happen if you dropped the tack 200 times. What would you think would happen? Well, it's likely that the probability of it being up would be about twice as much, or 118 times out of 200. And it's likely that the probability of the point facing down would be about twice 41, or about 82 out of 200 times. Would it be exactly that? It's unlikely that it would be exactly, but it would be close to that. Now, let's look at another example. John's a teacher. How many days does he come home before 4 o'clock, and how many days does he come home after 4 o'clock? Well, most days he comes home, 60% of the time. He was checked over a 6-week period. 60% of the time he came home before 4 p.m. and because he starts his day at 7 o'clock, and 40% of the time he comes home after 4 p.m. because he tutors after school. Now, your probability, if you wanted to make it as part of 1, this would be 6 out of 10 times, or 3 out of 5, if you want to make it as a fraction. If you wanted to express 40% as a fraction, that'd be 40 over 100, or 4 out of 10, or 2 out of 5. This could be used to extrapolate how many days he would come home before or after 4 o'clock throughout the school year. Is it exact? No, but it's approximate. But it's close to what would generally happen. Now, of course, what could change it? What factors might change it? Maybe some days he's sick, or some days no students come after school for tutoring. Fuck!